What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, it's been a minute, haven't it? Well, first off, I gotta let y'all know on this little hiatus I done had, man, your boy had the flu, something bad. And I mean, if y'all know me, y'all been following the channel, like I got kids. So, and if y'all got kids out there, y'all know how it go. Whatever they bring home, you end up getting it. So, man, the whole house was sick for the past week, and man, I just was like, I was trying my best to try to give y'all some kind of content, but y'all know how I get down. I'd rather give you guys that quality content versus me coming on here, coughing, sneezing, runny nose, and everything like that. So as of right now, I'm good. I'm healthy again. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back into it. I mean, it's a lot of topics I don't miss. I might not get to them all. It's gonna be a quick little rundown. Just thought I would go live, today, especially because with the college playoff going on right now, and we got a couple of NFL games to take. We got the Eagles and forgot who they playing against, and then we got the Packers too. So hell yeah, like it's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. So now that all the pleasantries is basically out the way, let's talk about this. Let's get this on right now. Minnesota Vikings injuries, right? So Vikings put Christian Darrisaw, Josh Metellus, and Jonathan Gennard on injured reserve. I'm not sure what they did with O'Neal yet. I gotta look into that one, but this is how I feel about it. Now, even though the season is lost, there's still a lot of things to play for. And it might not, go in the win column or whatever, but this is how I see it. With Grenard going on injured reserve, now we can kind of see what Dallas Turner can be consistently. Because I was kind of upset, man. Like I was kind of upset about the whole situation with Dallas. Like he played good, but I want his snap count to go. And y'all know I'm a real big Laker fan, and Kobe's my favorite basketball player of all time. So I look at it like this, though, right? Like there was a time with the Lakers where they had Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Cedric Savalas, all those players. So in order for Kobe to actually go, become who he wanted to be, you had to give him the adequate playing time. And that's a similar situation I see with Jonathan Gennard and Dallas Turner. Like, I'm not saying Grenard's a bad player. I'm not saying Grenard, is not effective. But as of right now, I want to see what Dallas Turner can bring consistently, when he's playing with a high snap count, where basically teams know that he's going to be the one on the edge and teams can actually, game plan or, whatever, right? So that's what I want to see. And also something I want to see too, though, on the offensive side of the ball, it's like this, right? You got O'Neal, we're not sure if he's going to be on injured reserve. And, you got Christian Darrisaw. Christian Darrisaw has been, man, it's been an up and down situation with Darrisaw all season. I feel the Vikings rushed him back a little too fast. Merry Christmas from Australia. Merry Christmas, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Like, I feel like they rushed him back kind of early, and then you kind of saw like his knee not respond to that kind of well. And that's why you saw like the multiple times, during practice with DNPs and, during the game, he was going through a snap count. I mean, we're really not sure. We don't know exactly what happened with the Vikings. Did he rush himself back? Did the Vikings rush him back? Like we really don't know that, like, as of right now. But what I can say, like, I feel like with Darrisaw being in and out the lineup like multiple times, it affected like the continuity of the offensive line. I mean, the left side of the line, you had a rookie, guard in Donovan Jackson. And I kind of felt like Donovan he's been playing a great game this season. But you got to think about the factor of the guy, on the side of you constantly being in and out, and you got to put school there multiple times. So I'm kind of relieved that Dallas Turner is going to be on injured reserve and he can start the rehab process, and hopefully he can come back to this team next year and be 100% healthy, and we won't have him in our lineup. But what that does do, though, is give you another opportunity to see what you have at the bottom of your roster. And I know people out there are like, we already know what Justin School is and other guys, but I want to see something come out with Walter Rouse. I want to see these guys actually get a chance in these next couple of games because that can let you know, like, hey, oh, thank you. Thank you for the subscription, bro. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Um, Hi, how you doing? Thank you, thank you guys for tuning in. But yeah, you got to see what you have at the bottom of your roster, man, and that's really important going forward. And even with the Josh Teller situation, like we all know that safety is going to be an issue going into the offseason. And now that you can't play Josh Teller's, certain situations, he's not going to be playing for the next 3 games. So now you can see what these developing DBs can actually do. I mean, that can be, safeties, nickels, and basically guys that play the outside. So I'm open to it, man. Like I said before, like even though the season is lost and the Vikings not making the playoffs, um, it's still things to play for, and there's still things that we should actually, look forward to. Now, we got to get to this topic right now, and this is a topic that I've been holding on to, like, and I just asking people a question, like Viking fans can come in the comments and let me know what they think. Like, what is the exception of what we don't have? And this is what I mean by the obsession, right? Like, how come Viking fans in general, like, and I'm not sure if this is just a social media thing or this is something that the algorithm is only pushing out. But on my feed, I see a lot of fans like so enamored and so like they always want to talk about like what could have happened or if we had this guy and if we had that guy, like all this stuff, like back and forth, like that's something I don't really like. Like I feel like we need to be worried about the players that are currently on this roster right now. And it seems like every other day or every week there's a different name that's being tied to the Vikings. I'm thinking like, man, this ain't even the offseason, and you got names. Oh, it's Mac Jones or Trevor Lawrence, or we should have never let Sam Darnold go. Oh man, before Daniel Jones got hurt, it was talk about Daniel Jones. It's just like I'm really fatigued with it because what that does to me, it's like it it makes me feel like fans really don't want to root for people that are already on the roster. And then when you have a conversation and you're talking about like, hey, we might need to be patient and let these young guys develop. Just like I talked about with the injuries, you might want to let these young guys develop, so on and so forth. But it's like, nah, we need to win now. What about the veterans on this team? And one thing like I thought about is this though, right? This is one of the main reasons why you can't like have a team that's just full of veterans on the roster and why you have to like kind of balance that. And this is what I mean, right? So I remember like mid-season when we can kind of see like the Vikings weren't going to turn the corner and make the playoffs. And the talk was like, oh, what about the veterans on the roster? They want to win. I mean, you got to understand that, like, yeah, I understand they want to win, but it's not going to happen this year. And you can't sell your future just for a couple of veterans on this team, to try to win, or whatnot. Like you have to have a balanced roster. And I just feel like, some Viking fans out there, it's like they get so obsessed with talking about other players, and y'all already know like one of the players that the speculation has been, for a long time is Joe Burrow. So we can talk about this real quick, right? So Joe Burrow, right? So I don't know how true this report is. I'm not sure if this shit is 100% accurate, but it just got me thinking though, right? It says the Dolphins offered the Bengals 4 first-round draft picks for Joe Burrow before the 2020 draft. That was 4 draft picks. Oh my God. 4 first-round draft picks. And that goes back to like one of my last videos when I talked about it. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, 4 first-round draft picks, that cripples your team, for the foreseeable future. And I mean, if I'm the Bengals, like I would have did it. Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it, call it a day when we can build from that. But 4 first-round draft picks, that shit is crazy. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me send this link out real quick. Hey, to everybody in the chat, man, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't, subscribed to the channel, Hey, please subscribe. It helps the channel out. You know, I come and go sometimes, but I'm letting y'all know straight up. The content is great. The content is great. You're gonna get unfiltered opinions, like no other on this channel. But yeah, I just sent that real quick. So yeah, first four first round draft picks. That is crazy. And imagine like this though, right? Like I'm honest when I talk about the Minnesota Vikings. I don't try to sugarcoat it. I don't try to be a homer. No, no shit like that, right? So I don't feel like this team is just a quarterback away. And what I mean by that is when you're just a quarterback away, we can rewind the tape and go back to 2017 after the NFC title game when we signed Kirk Cousins. That roster on paper was a quarterback away, and they didn't succeed because of other situations. I would say the defense kind of got figured out. They didn't really adjust here and there. Kirk Cousins took him a while to kind of like get his footing with this new team, but that team was a quarterback away. This team, this current Minnesota Vikings team, is not. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, yeah, I am live. My boys don't say you ain't live. Yeah, I am live. I am live. What are you talking about? I'm live, Brody. I'm live. I'm live. I know I am. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that shit is. Okay, yeah, there you go. My bad, my bad. He having a hard time. He gonna jump up in here. Sorry, y'all. I just had to figure that out real quick because I was tripping. Like, hey, maybe everything didn't go through. Maybe everything didn't go through. But yeah, like I was saying before, it's like this though, right? Like you cripple your roster for the foreseeable future, and the Vikings have a lot of holes on this roster, and the holes that I'm talking about is basically like this, like you you don't know what your secondary is going to be next year. Harrison Smith is probably going to retire. Josh Metellus, in my opinion, plays at his best when he doesn't have to play a traditional safety role, when he doesn't have to play a traditional nickel role, where he can be that rover, that X, where he can basically like bounce around. That's when Metellus is basically at his best, right? Now, with that being said, that's just on the defense side of the ball. I mean, let's talk about the linebacking core too. You're going to need to get younger at linebacker. I'm open to bringing Eric Wilson back and maybe letting Ivan Pace walk. Like that's fine with me, but you still are going to have to get younger and more athletic at these positions. Defensive line is not a position of need right now. I think we have a lot of depth there. Even if the Vikings decide to move on from Allen or Hargrave, then that position will be something that they should explore in the draft. But when you look at the other side of the ball, I think running back is going to be a big hole next year. I'm not sure what the Minnesota Vikings can get from Aaron Jones next year, or is it a restructure or something like that. I think they got to get younger in certain spots. So if the Vikings were to trade for Joe Burrow, just think about those 4 first round draft picks. You kind of cripple, the development of your roster and the youth of your roster for the next couple of years. And some people say that, oh, it's only first round draft picks. You have to be able to get your second round hit on your second draft picks or your third rounders and so on and so forth. But I ask you this: if Quasi makes this move, do you actually trust him to develop players? Now, I don't. This is not me having an indictment on Quasi. Yeah, I got the camera moved up a little bit for this, for that one. So this is not like an indictment on Quasi, nothing like that. But I'm asking you this: like, you can't live in two worlds. You can't have a situation to where, Quasi is the person, oh, we're gonna trade for Burrow, but now we gotta make sure we don't miss with our other, draft picks, so on and so forth. And it puts you in that same situation you had when you were paying for Kirk Cousins when he first came to this team. And what I mean by that is if you look at the draft picks that the Vikings selected with Kirk Cousins, they were all reaches. They were all positions of need because they couldn't really do anything in free agency. They didn't have no money. The cap space was overspent, and you will be in that same situation all over again. So that's what I got for that. So let's keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I got a couple of more topics to talk about. I'm waiting for Zoe to get up in here real quick. See, because I know he want to talk about some of this stuff too. But man, so anybody in the chat, man, before Zoe get on, man, y'all got any questions for me, please? Like, I got any questions out there? You know, y'all want me to answer real quick because I've been going for a minute. So let me know. Shoot me some questions and I'll give you that unfiltered opinion. Hey, and shout out to the people that recently subscribed, man. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's much appreciated over here. Like I said before, man, like I be I be going through some stuff, man. I be in and out. I be trying to, give you guys, some videos on like a consistent basis. But I just look at it like this though, right? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. And I don't want to get to the point to where I'm just making videos just to be making videos. I always want to make sure that I give you guys that quality content because I enjoy, the conversations. I enjoy being in the chat, like going back and forth because I look at it like this though, right? Like some people out there think, like when I have my opinion and I stick to it and I don't move. But I feel like this, and this is what I believe in. This is what I tell my kids too. Like you learn a lot more from uncomfortable conversations than you learn from people actually agreeing with you. Right. What's up, Bob? What's up, Bob? What's up, Bob? Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. And that's just something like I learned, just of me getting older. Like even if I don't agree with a person or a person has like a different, perspective or something like that, like I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy it because it's like I can always go back and be like, damn, I didn't think about it from that state of point, from that mindset. So hey, it's all about uncomfortable conversations, man. Like it really helps you grow. What up, Bob? Hey, Bob, man, thanks for being in the chat. You got any questions, man? I'm just holding up real quick for for Zoe get on. But let me know if you got any questions or not, man. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So I'm gonna just get into this one right now. So we can talk about a little bit about the Giants, preview. I'm not sure if you guys tuned in. Well, it wasn't on my channel. TP Way and Dash. We had a little crossover situation. But going into this Giants game, this is some of the things like I'm looking forward to, right? Like I'm not really concerned with the team winning or losing. I'm really not. I mean, as long as they don't get blown out and embarrassed, like that's going to always be on the table. But one of the main things that I'm concerned about and I want to see is I want to see development. I want to see these young guys continue to make another step forward. And the two young guys that basically I'm going to be keyed on, doing this whole game tomorrow morning is Dallas Turner and especially JJ McCarthy. Now, JJ McCarthy has played two consecutive good games, in my opinion. But they came against teams that's basically out the playoffs, and Dallas was on the playoffs with just a little bit going, and now you're going against the Giants, where they basically playing for the first round draft pick. Like, I just feel like JJ McCarthy can't go backwards. And what I mean by he can't go backwards, he had two consecutive games with multiple touchdowns. He got to keep going, keep stacking these wins, keep showing how much you can develop, keep showing the whole league that you can be the NFL quarterback that the Vikings drafted you to be. Like that's what I want to see. Dallas Turner, I want you to be out there and be disruptive. So everybody like, hey, I might not have all the playing time, but the Vikings didn't make a bad decision with selecting me. And that's just what I was saying before, like when I was talking about the injuries, like even though this game, is really not going to determine nothing, but like where they going to pick in the draft from both teams, I really want to see what the development is going to look like. Like you got players that's playing for contracts incentives. You got players that might be playing for a roster spot for somebody else next year. So that's why like this team is not giving up. They're showing a lot of fight. So I want to see all that. I'm still gonna be tuned in. But one thing though, I really want fans to like stop being worried about. Let's stop being worried about Justin Jefferson's stats right now. Like there are way more things to be worried about than Justin Jefferson's stats. I understand it's great. We want to see Justin Jefferson get 1,000 yards, but that's not the main goal right now. It's really not. So I just think I get overwhelmed with people talking about it. And I got people at work, man, that be hitting me up all the time, man. Like, yo, what's up with your team, man? I got him on my fantasy league. Like, yeah, I understand, but We got development going over here. We got other things we got to worry about besides some stats. You feel me? For real. For real. But anybody out there, y'all tuning into to these college football games? Let me know who y'all college football team is, man. If y'all in the college playoff, because my team won today. Hurricanes won today. I couldn't be more happier. You feel me? For real. For real. But yeah, but man, where's Zoe at, man? He taking a minute to get up in here. Yeah, but we just keep it moving, man. We just keep it moving, and it's playing spoiler, right? This is what I mean by playing spoiler, right? So I know it's not cool that we just look past certain teams and we be like, oh, we just gonna get a win, with New York or whatever. It really don't matter. But the next games is the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions, and man, it's gonna be great on Christmas Day if the Vikings can somehow figure it out and sweep the Detroit Lions just like they swept us last year. And if we sweep them, it's a good possibility we can put them out the playoffs. Man, how would that feel? How would that feel? I mean, JJ McCarthy already beat them. Let's see if he can do it again, man. It's gonna be a great feeling. It's gonna be a great feeling because they done smacked us around the past couple of seasons. And maybe everything is coming back to pass. You feel me? For real. Come on, boy, yeah. Waiting on him to get up in here. I just ran through majority of my topics real quick, and I'm gonna just run them through with him, see what he got to say about it. If you tuning in on X, let me know, man. Let me know. Let me know. All right, these new people in the chat. That's what's up. That's what's up. Great to see new people in the chat, man. Oh, see, there we go. Holden. Yes. Holden. I'm a big running back guy. Big running back guy. I think the Vikings should go out there, and if they, are able to, I don't want to say if they got to trade up or whatever. If Jeremiah Love falls to the Minnesota Vikings in the draft an explosive running back. If you have an explosive running back, especially with this team, with the way this offensive line is constructed on paper, man, you can have you can have that explosion type running back, and we haven't had since Adrian Peterson or even Dalvin Cook, and that's going to put more pressure off McCarthy because now he's going to have somebody that he can hand the ball off to, and he can do his thing with that. And that's right, Bob. We got to finish off strong, man. It ain't about winning games. It's about development. There you go, Zo. You in here, man. What's good?
What's the deal, my boy?
Good. I see you got a fresh cut, man. I see you finally got a fresh cut, man. I see what's up. I see
you. Man. Yeah, I had to get myself together.
I see you.
Yeah, I'm
what's good, man?
Trying to cook this food real quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to get in the kitchen after this live, man. I just thought I would I ain't been recording in a minute. I was sick the past, week and shit with the flu. So I was just like, nah, I ain't finna get on. And when we tried to get on after the Cowboy game, when you was like, nah, it's too late, I was like, hell yeah. I took my ass to sleep. So
yeah, it was late as fuck at my time.
Yeah, I know. It was like 11 over there, right? So
hell yeah, 11:30, shit.
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, let me get up out of here. Like for real.
Yeah. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, they just asking me in the chat, Holden asking me about what I feel about the Vikings taking a running back, next year in the draft. And I'm just telling them, like, hey, if you take a running back in the draft next year, if it's Jeremiah Love or any running back that's explosive, that's going to take way more pressure off McCarthy. And especially the way this offensive line is constructed on paper. I mean, they don't have their injuries, but if they can have somebody out there they can hand the ball off to and he can fucking take it 80 yards for a touchdown, that's going to put less pressure on McCarthy. And that's going to open up the receivers down the field too. Like, that's what we need, because I'm done with Aaron Jones, bro. It's nothing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's nothing against him. Like, he's been straight with us, but we got to get younger.
I feel like you, bro. Like, I like Aaron Jones, but we got Mason. We got Scott. I like Scott a lot. The
Yeah,
third string running back. Go
right.
get you a Jeremiah Love with a Mason. Oh
Yeah,
man, that running back. Oh my God.
yeah.
What?
That running back duel would be great. Hey, so
Oh,
but I forgot to put this on the docket to talk about too. Though they were saying like, what about Brees Hall?
he gonna want too much.
I mean,
I'd rather get a younger running back though.
yeah, I'd rather get a younger running back in the first round, have him on that rookie pay scale. You can see what he can do, and then we can fill other holes on the roster and free agency. Because
Yeah,
hey,
I'm like we already paying Jordan Mason. It ain't a lot of money, but
yeah, a lot, but it's money. It's
yeah,
still
it's
money.
money though. And plus, you go all these young running backs come like draft you a running back. If we can get Love, if he available while we on the clock, that's a no brainer. Jeremiah Love with Mason and with Jalen McCarthy, and I want to see some fucking options next year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
let's do it.
that'd be dope. Hey,
Let's do it.
you ain't got your channel selected. You want me to put it on for you?
No, you ain't got to.
Okay. Yeah, like it's I feel you on that, man. Like I just want McCarthy to be more comfortable and have as many weapons as he can have as possible. And if you can select a running back with the caliber of Love in the first round or whatever you draft them at, man, that's gonna make this team so much better. Because then if you got that guy that can break away, and then you got Mason that's a bruiser, and then you got Xavier Scott that can catch in the backfield, like you got a really good running back room, and then you can. Hey, what if McCarthy start, taking it 30 yards down the field because they don't know if we're gonna run or we're gonna pass? It makes this offense like a whole lot better. The only thing I can say will be a concern is
running.
It's Kevin O'Connor.
Yeah, but if you look at the way Gibbs is in Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery, oh my God, look what Gibbs is doing to that offense.
Yeah, Gibbs is the offense runs through Gibbs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like they offense runs through Gibbs, man. For real, like we need a running back like that, man. We
got another question. I like this question.
Yeah, I like this one too. You take it first.
I say this: Jalen Naylor and JJ McCarthy have a nice chemistry. Me personally, I would trade Jordan Addison and I will re-sign Jalen Naylor because Jalen Naylor is going to be way cheaper than Addison. And Addison, we might can get a first round draft pick, or you might can get a second. But the chemistry Naylor have with JJ McCarthy, you don't want to F that up. I like what I see out of Jalen Naylor right now. He been balling this year.
This is what I say when it's the Naylor situation. This is what you can do. TJ Hawkinson don't have no more guaranteed money. You got a choice you can make with TJ Hawkinson. That means you can either let him walk, you can cut him, or you can restructure his contract to where he don't get paid that much, but he gets some money up front. I say the Vikings should be in their best interest. They should offer Jalen Naylor a respective contract to stay with this team. And the reason why I say that is because it's not going to be that expensive as of right now. And you still have 2-year control with Jordan Addison. And even if you don't think Jordan Addison is the long term as of right now, you can still use him, for the next 2 years and just let him walk, or you can trade him, when he get to his 5th-year option. You can trade him on that 5th year, but then you would already lock Naylor up. And if you can kind of see if Naylor gonna keep, developing into the receiver that he is going forward. So I'm down with it. Just offer him a fair contract and see if he take it. Yeah, he said Naylor is the only good 22 draft class pick. Hey, Holden, you gotta think about it too, though. The other guy that was drafted in the 22 round, he balling over there in Houston. I mean, that's something we gotta talk about too. Like it was a couple of guys that was drafted that ain't here on this team no more. For real. And if we want to talk about the 22 draft, Quincy did trade for Noshawn Wright. He got rid of Andrew Booth and traded for Noshawn Wright, but he couldn't get on the field. But thanks, Holden. Hey, keep the questions going, Holden, man. Keep them going, man. Keep them going. Keep them going. For real. Everybody in the chat, if y'all got any questions, man, let me know. Bring it up. Oh, got his phone going. I'm gonna just mute his mic real quick. There we go. There we go. There we go. Zoe had his phone going. But yeah, though, just to talk about Naylor, you know, a little bit more. Vikings got a lot of holes though, man. Like, so they got to figure some stuff out. And like I was talking about earlier, you know, with the injuries, they gotta figure some shit out, man. They gotta figure out what they got at the end of this roster. You feel me? What up? What up? What up? What up, Dante? What up, Dante? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let me see what he says. He says, yeah, but I think it is a system we ran that made Ingram shit. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I think it was the system that we was running that made Ingram look bad. And it makes you think so too, right? If they would have changed the system earlier, that would have been more, you know, productive for, you know, the quarterback and productive for the, you know, for the lineman. Did you really have to go out there and spend so much money in the offseason with Will Fries, because he's probably one of the highest paid guards right now, and Ryan Kelly, when you could have just kept these other guys? Hey. Okay, Dante, what up? What up, Dante? He says, if you were the GM, what would be the 3 moves you make this? Oh, man. D Woods, the GM for the Minnesota Vikings. This is what I'm doing. All right. So, first move I'm doing is I'm having a conversation with Kevin O'Connell. All right. I'm telling Kevin O'Connell straight up, hey, this season was a step back. I don't know what you thought was going to be going on, but we got to reevaluate the coaches you have under staff right now, because we traded up multiple picks, you know, to get JJ McCarthy. And even if McCarthy may not be it, he should be looking a whole lot better. And you ask him, you look him in the eye, and you say, can you win with him, or do you need to go somewhere else? That's the first thing you do, is you had that conversation. And even if you had that conversation, this is what I'm doing. When it's talk about player acquisitions, trades, or whatever, first thing I'm doing is I'm trading Jonathan Grenard. All right? Some people out there might not like me trading Jonathan.
You think you could be able to trade, huh?
It don't matter what I get back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about getting back, like, oh, I got to get back a first round pick. The whole thing on why I'm trading Jonathan Grenard is because he's in the way of Dallas Turner. And what I mean by that is you drafted Dallas Turner, you know, high in the first round. Dallas Turner has already showed, when Jonathan Grenard hasn't played, that he can be a force on the outside, and he can get pressures, he can finish sacks. He's been a great player, but we need to see him actually do things consistently. And we ain't never gonna see him be a consistent player on this team if Grenard is still there, because he's gonna be playing behind him. So you tell Jonathan Grenard, hey man, we gotta let the young boy play. You trade Jonathan Grenard, either you get a second round pick, a third round pick, it really don't matter. You're just moving over from that contract. That's the first move I do. Second move I do, you know, because you really don't know how the draft going, you know, go. I say the Vikings finish in the top 15. And the Vikings finish in the top 15 in the draft, you either take 3 players. Either take Jeremiah Love, you know, at running back, or you take Caleb Downs, or you take the corner, I think it's pronounced Delane or whatever. You take him, you know, in the first round. That's what you do. So let's just say those 3 picks is what the Vikings do in the first round. And the last move I do, because you asked for 3, the last move I do is this. You go out there and you try to find somebody else on the outside that can play corner, or you find you another veteran safety. If you have to like overpay, or you got to structure the contract differently just to get them in the building, you need a new safety and you need a corner on the outside. That's my top 3 moves. It's more like 5, but then that's what I would do. I mean, I can get more into depth. I mean, it ain't the off season yet, but that's what I would do, man. Like that's just what I would do. Straight up.
For real. Hell yeah. I feel you on that one though.
Hey, because people got to understand though, man, like, like we never gonna see what Dallas Turner is if Gennard's on his team. And you got Van Ginkel. Yeah. I like the fact that what Van Ginkel gives you is something different that Dallas Turner and Jonathan Gennard doesn't give you with dropping back in coverage, picking off plays, and playing, different players or whatever. Like I get that. But if you got two players do the same thing, and one is a highly paid veteran and one is a young excelling talent, you might have to trade a guy just so your young excelling talent to be good. Because what we gonna do? We gonna keep Dallas Turner. What we gonna do? We gonna wait until Dallas Turner get into his 5th year option to then he got to get paid. Nah, we're not doing that. What did he say? So this how I see it though, right? Y'all know I'm honest. I'm always call it how I see it. Jefferson is having a bad year, and that could be contributed to multiple quarterbacks, McCarthy not being accurate or whatever. But this is probably one of the first seasons where he had so many drops, and people got to be honest when we talking about Jefferson, right? Hey, don't know this. You remember last year against the Detroit Lions when they had their 3rd string defense, right? The problem with Jefferson in that game, he shouldn't have just took over that game. If you can be physical with him at the line, you can kind of knock him off his roster a little bit. You can knock him off his game, and that's just what I see a lot of teams doing this year. They've been a lot of physical with them, trash talking them, bumping them at the line a lot, being a little chippy, and with that contributing to what McCarthy being completely inaccurate this year. The connection ain't there. So I just feel like he to blame for his stats too, not just the quarterback. Because I seen the motherfucker get hit in the hands and he drop it. I seen him to where that ball is on point and he don't come down with it. So I'm just really honest with the situation. Like he need to be better next year. He need to be, and that's why I don't really care when people talking about he needed 1,000 yards. Well, he probably would have 1,000 if he wouldn't drop passes on fuck that.
But I ain't gonna lie, I gotta speak on this. The 3 moves you would make if you the GM in the offseason, the 3 moves I would make. I gotta speak on this. My 3 moves before the NFL draft. I'm moving Jordan Addison. I'm moving TJ Hockenson. I'm drafting a running back high in the first 3 rounds. I'm signing a corner and a safety. And I'm drafting another receiver in the first 3 rounds. Because if you got the best receiver in the NFL, you don't need all them great wide receivers. I think Ty Felton is probably going to step up next year, but you also drafting another receiver if he don't step up. And I'm resigning Jalen Naylor. Jalen Naylor getting resigned. You got Naylor, Jefferson, and Felton as of right now. And I'm y'all might not like this. I'm also re-signing Rondale Moore because I like Moore.
That's a move that should be talked about a lot more, even though we don't know like Rondale Moore is like how he's gonna respond from his injuries in back-to-back years. But I was high on Miles Price this season, but I'm kind of cool because it's like he done fumbled a lot. If you can solidify your punt return, your kick return, like that's good.
He a rookie, man. Don't do him like that, bro.
He
a rookie, man. Don't do him like that.
Okay. Bob Sweet said, "Does Pace make the team?" I would have cut his ass last year. Y'all already know that shit. I never liked Ivan Pace. I would have cut his ass last year because what?
Go ahead.
Because you saw this year how limited Ivan Pace was, and Eric Wilson came back from being with the Packers and basically took his spot within 3 weeks because Ivan Pace couldn't get shit done. I told y'all that shit, and I heard this on Dante's shit. Now I believe in it. I might not be wrong all the time. I'm just early. I'm just early. I told y'all about Ivan Pace. I told y'all Ed Ingram wasn't that bad. And now look, we told y'all on this platform that Kevin O'Connell had a problem with play calling.
But I will say this about Rondale Moore. He said he liked him, but he injury prone. I would say this. The past 2 years been some bad luck. But before the Atlanta Falcons, he never really got hurt. But me personally, I'd rather take a gamble on bringing him back, and you also drafting a receiver. So you have Moore, Naylor, Justin Jefferson, Ty Felton, and you got your rookie receiver you drafting.
So are you drafting a receiver in like the second round?
It depends what they do in the first round. No, they probably don't. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. It depends on if they really trade Addison and TJ Hockenson. I don't, but they need to. It makes sense.
Yeah, true.
It makes sense.
I like Addison a lot, but
I do too though. But do you want to pay Addison $25 million a year?
I mean, cap go up every year.
But still, though, you want to put so you want Addison make 25. Jett is making what 30, 40 a year.
Yeah, but he's gonna get restructured next year.
I'm just saying though, but
I get what you're saying.
To me personally, it don't make sense paying two receiver hot top-notch money, especially when you got the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, if you paying two receivers and your tight end and your offensive line is you paying left guard, you playing right guard, you paying center, and you playing the right guard too. Like the only person that's on good money that's team feasible on the offensive line is Donovan Jackson because he's a rookie. So I get what you're saying. Like you can't go out there and just be like, all right, I'm gonna be spending willy-nilly. You gotta dial it back a little bit and even out the roster and even out the money, one way or another. Like you can't be paying everybody.
But then let me ask you this though. What if a team offer us a second or maybe a first, depending on who the team is? Are you turning that down?
Are you asking D Woods the big Jordan Addison fan or D Woods playing GM for the Minnesota Vikings?
D Wood playing GM for the Minnesota Vikings. What would you do?
All right, I guess that number 3 jersey is available. I'll move it then. Yeah.
Let's be for real. We see what Naylor do. You got the best receiver in the NFL. Anybody should be able to run with that wide receiver at wide receiver 2 and 3.
So how about this though? Because this is the one drawback I have with Naylor, right? This is the one drawback I have with Naylor. We've seen this scenario before. We've seen this shit happen with KJ Osborne, right? We've seen this shit to where when he was number 3, he was, oh my God, he should get more time. And then he became number 2 and he couldn't get it done. How about the Vikings do this? How about the Vikings give Naylor some money? Just pay Naylor. Just pay him, right? And then you say Naylor and Addison, y'all gonna split time at number 2 receiver now. Because we want to see who the real number 2 on this team is. You do that shit next year. Then and then when Addison's going on to his 5th year, either you move Naylor after you paid him because he's not a number 2, and you move Addison because Naylor's like, I say you do that just for next year to see what you got. Because you can do it.
You could though, but the way I'm looking at it, like I think Ty Felton next year might take a big step. And if Rondale Moore is available and healthy, he is a good option at the number 2 spot. And I'm gonna be real with you.
At number 2 or number 3?
At number 2 or 3. Moore is a dog. Yeah, man, he a dog. But I will say this though. It might not look if you look at the numbers, it might not match up. But I will say this. This has been one of Jalen Naylor's best years in the NFL since he's been with the Vikings this year.
Yeah, he's been great this season. He's been open a lot.
Yeah, but with the connection him and JJ have, why fuck it up?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get what you're saying. I ain't opposed to it. But I'm just saying, I'm just a little afraid of the situation we had last time because we felt the same way about KJ Osborne. And when he became number 2 receiver, start dropping shit.
Yeah, but I think Osborne was different. Like Osborne always been slow. He ain't never make nobody miss. Like Osborne would catch a ball and he tackle. It's over with.
He go down.
Brandon Naylor,
he fast.
He's similar though, but he got a little bit more juice than KJ Osborne though.
Okay. All right.
He got a little bit more juice.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing about this offseason. It's going to be a lot of, things that's going to happen this offseason that some Viking fans might not like. And I'm just saying,
do it though.
I'm telling you, the biggest move that they can do, man, is moving Jonathan Bernard ass, man, for real.
No, the two biggest moves is him and TJ Hockenson. Hockenson needs to go.
Why you think I was like, okay, they bought Gavin Bartholomew, off of injured reserve. I wish he would have came back at least maybe 6 games ago, because then we could kind of see what he got as playing tight end. Like, I'm a big Hockenson guy, but at the end of the day, if you being paid one of the highest paid tight ends in the league, and you're not really making a difference on this team, and if you can go out there and get somebody else and in this spot that can be more cost effective, like at this point, like I'm with it, man, because I like what Josh Oliver gives us. Like,
yeah,
I do.
We got him on the roster. So my whole thing is this though. We paying 2 tight ends top-notch dollars, and we don't need to. Then we turn around paying 2 top-notch wide receivers when we don't need. To me, I don't know. To me, the NFL don't work like that.
You gotta spread the money around a little bit more. You got
to, like, if you got the best receiver in the NFL, bro. Let's be for real. You don't need a player because I think Allison is a good receiver, a great receiver. That's why we don't need him. For real though.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this though, right? How would you feel about this? What would the Vikings trade Jefferson this season?
No, I wouldn't do that for what? That to me. I'm gonna tell you this though. The reason the receivers are open like they are is because of Justin Jefferson. And if you willing to trade Justin Jefferson, you should be willing to trade Jordan Addison, because Addison, you might get a first or a second.
You getting a second.
Addison ain't gonna change no coverage like JJ do. JJ can change the way defense play against the Minnesota Vikings.
That's true.
And if we have a solid number 2 and number 3 receiver, trade Addison, bro. It really ain't that hard.
If quarterbacks run this league, and y'all know I was on the train and saying, hey, before Justin got his money 3 years ago, said maybe we should move him for some draft picks. I'm just saying, I just feel like all options should be open.
I would say no though, because Jalen, for real though,
he legit.
When he don't get the football, he's still a presence on the football field. He's a nice decoy.
I get you.
So I'd rather pay for that.
This offseason is going to be interesting because the Vikings got to make some tough decisions to get this roster back to where it needs to be, because they can't go another season and not make the playoffs. They can't go another year and be on some, we're going to go another development year. They're going to have to do it. They're going to have to get creative when doing it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to figure this shit out.
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping, dog. When we say the first 3 things a GM needs to do, if we was the GM, I'm tripping.
You gonna fire Kevin?
We need to hire a run game coordinator, ASAP.
Offensive line coach, run game coordinator.
He is.
If he can do both, that'd be straight. But you need both of those guys. You need an offensive line coach.
My bad. I fucked that up. I'm replacing the O-line coach and a run game coordinator, because we need a run game coordinator. The Vikings run game is so vanilla. You can tell KLC don't put no love in the run game like he do in the passing game, bro.
Nah, he put all the time in the passing game with the passing.
You can tell. But my thing is this though, D Woods. This is my whole issue with KLC, bro. Nobody cares if you run or throw the football, if you get in yards and get a touchdown and win the football games, bro. We don't care if you throw the ball 35 times or you run the ball 30. Don't nobody cares if you win the football games.
Win a football game.
I think KLC needs to get that through his head, because he's so in love with the pass game I said, bro, if you run the football with some TLC, you gonna get the same fucking love. Ain't no love on the run game with us.
We're gonna see tomorrow if he gonna stick to this running the football situation. Because if they come out there tomorrow and they running the football good, Jordan Mason knocking fools out, falling forward for 5 yards, Aaron Jones doing this thing on the outside, and he keep doing that, like it's gonna show you, man, like we had this offense from the jump, and Kevin O'Connell went rogue, and that's and you know what I'm about to say. I hear this shit all the time that people just Quasi's the problem, his draft picks, he did this, he did that. And I keep going back to this shit, and motherfuckers can't, they have no rebuttal for this. Kevin O'Connell, during the loss, right after the loss against the Rams, in Phoenix last year, he said, man, we need to get better in the interior offensive line. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, in the offseason, he drafted Donovan Jackson, one of the top guards in the draft. He went in and he paid Will Fries. He paid Ryan Kelly. He traded for Jordan Mason. Then he re-signed and gave Aaron Jones more money. And on top of that, he re-signed Josh Oliver and gave him more money and locked him up. So this man did everything you need to do to solidify your interior offensive line, make you tougher in the run game and Jordan Mason, and give you more pass protection with Josh Oliver, and you still didn't run the goddamn ball.
Yeah, that's
my biggest gripe. And people out there, they cannot rebuttal on that shit. They can be like, well, no, there's no well. The GM basically said, all right, you need help there. I got you. I'm gonna go put you in position to succeed. And he was like, hell no. 48 passing attempts against Baltimore. Oh, 3rd and 1, we dropping back. Oh, Seattle, when you 4th and 1, you dropping back with an undrafted rookie quarterback.
Hey, I'm happy you said something about Seattle. Because we seen the way Sam Darnold played with the Vikings.
He played better in Seattle. Better quarterback.
And we see the way he played in Seattle. Yeah. Seattle right now has the number 1 seed in the NFC, man.
NFC.
Hey, what the head coach name? What's the name? McDonald. What's the name?
McDonald.
McDonald.
Defensive coach, too.
Yes, defensive coach, bro. He by far is coach of the year.
Coach of the year.
Because he took Sam Darnold and still winning with Sam Darnold. When the Vikings had Sam Darnold, man, we couldn't get over 9 points.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, Mike McDonald. And here we go.
He coach of the year.
He coach of the year. Look, here go the question. Should we fire Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah? Hell no. Nah. He ain't the problem, bro.
I don't know. I feel different, bro. I feel different.
If you say so, it's deeper than Nino Brown. Like Nino Brown said, it's deeper than that.
I would say this, though. If we fire Kwesi,
you got to fire Kevin O'Connell, too.
You have to.
You got to fire them both.
Because the play caller for the Minnesota Vikings this year was horrible, bro.
Hey, I'm going to ask you this.
The play caller was horrible.
Hey, Dante, you in the chat. Answer this question, Dante. Has there ever been an NFL team be successful after they fired their general manager and kept the coach on staff? Does it ever work long term? Because at the Minnesota Vikings, we won't win a Super Bowl, right?
Hell no.
I've never seen this shit to where you fire the GM and you allow the head coach to stay on staff. Basically, you allow him to pick his boss or his new buddy. And the next thing you know, you got to think about it like this, though, right? Let's say they bring in somebody else. He might not like Kevin O'Connell. So Kevin O'Connell is instantly on the hot seat when you shouldn't just fire them in the first place. So why would you even just wait? Why would you fire Kwesi, keep Kevin O'Connell, bring in somebody else, and that person say, hey, Kevin, you need to do X, Y, and Z, and Kevin don't do it, and he get fired. It's way for failure. If you fire the GM, you got to fire the coach. But it's different how I look at it is if you fire Kevin O'Connell, I think you should give Kwesi another chance to give him another coach, because at the end of the day, we all know who Kwesi's first choice was. Kwesi's first choice was Harbaugh. So I feel like, hey, you might have to give Kwesi another chance to find another coach.
I feel you, though, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel you. But at Kwesi wearing the GM tag and name, you got to get blamed for these draft picks.
Yeah,
so
he get blamed.
me personally,
saying he don't get blamed.
No, I'm just saying. Of course, he got to go. Kelsey got. They both got to go.
They
And
gotta
I
go.
won't be mad at. I won't be mad at that. Cause
But
look what Seattle head coach is doing with the Seahawks, and we had Sam Darnold in the building. Sam Darnold threw 2 interceptions
and shake
and
it and shook it off. Shook it
shook it
off.
off and still won the game.
Kept going.
Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions against the Rams, and they still lost by fucking 4 or 6 points.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It deeper than Quasi.
Yeah.
The way, like the coaching staff of the Vikings for real, y'all.
Is they playing for they coaching for their jobs.
It's
They
horrible.
Hey,
like the offense,
like the offense. I feel like this though. When you fire the GM early, and this is what I was saying too, and I was saying shit. If the Vikings lost another game, when they got kicked out the playoffs, all right, fire Quasi, fire him now, so you can basically get the GM church started, so you can get a new GM in there. So by the time the season is over, Black Friday come on, you already got the GM. You can sit there and say, all right, Kevin, you can go too, because now your GM is basically ready to go. I get it. What up, Gildo? What up, man? What up? We just talking about football, man. That's what we talking about. We just talking about football, what we would do. But in all honesty, this is what I think is going to happen with the Vikings next year. This is what I think is going to happen in the offseason. When we're talking about the front office, I think Grigson is probably going to be fired. They're going to tell Quasi to bring in somebody else as his assistant to help him out. I think some of the scouts or some people who's responsible for some of those draft picks are going to be, let go. We don't know, because there's a lot of people that, that we don't know. As for the coaching staff, I think Mike Pettin will be relieved of his duty when he's becoming when he's basically is the assistant head coach. I think he's going to be gone next year. I think they're going to force Kevin O'Connell to make changes on his offensive staff. And the thing that I can't say right now is we don't really know what's going to happen with Brian Flores. He might be back, he might not. But I do understand if Brian Flores does decide to come back to the Minnesota Vikings, Brian Flores will be taking over the Mike Pettin role with being the assistant head coach. That's the only way Brian Flores comes back to this team. And what I say with that is you got to look at it through a different lens. So if you just get Mike Pettin out of here, you promote Brian Flores to be the assistant head coach. So you do that. You keep Kevin O'Connell as the head coach, but you tell him that he has to blow out his whole offensive staff. Basically, he needs to get a new OC. He needs a new quarterback coach. He needs a new offensive line coach. He needs a run game coordinator. And the only guy you probably keep on staff, for Kevin O'Connell's offense will be, Keenan McCardell, because Keenan McCardell is great. So what you do is you promote McCardell to a different, title or whatever, assistant coordinator or whatever, so you can retain him, and you bring in all these other guys. And when you do that, you basically put Kevin O'Connell on a hot seat, and you make him, you put him in an uncomfortable position, because let's just say the Vikings' first 6 games, they go 1-5 the first 6 games next year. With Brian Flores being the assistant head coach, you can just fire Kevin O'Connell and move Brian Flores to the interim coach for that year, and you're not losing nothing, because you already got a new offensive coaching staff. So you basically got coaches that Flores basically had a hand in hiring, because he's been the assistant head coach this whole offseason. That's how I look at it. That's how I look. And the Vikings protect themselves.
I feel you though, but man, like we talking on dead waters for real, because the Vikings already said they bring both of them backs. They bring both of them back, but
it's gonna be stipulations. I see this shit happening. I don't think Wes Phillips is back. I don't think Josh McCown is back. Like why would you have Josh McCown come back next year? Is he helping McCarthy?
So let me ask you this though: if they gonna do that, so why not start firing people right now? Then it's only 3 games left.
Because you actually need them. You want to see what they can do.
We see what they could do. Ain't no the 3 games don't make no difference. We see what they could do.
It don't. I mean, and that's why I think Kevin O'Connell's been so testy in with press conferences, because they probably already told him who they don't want back.
So okay. So D Woods, you feel like that though. So let me ask you this though. You touched my phone, even told me this. We see the Rams fire their special team coordinator because what happened on Thursday night. But before Thursday night, he was already bad though. But
already a problem.
After Thursday night, they got rid of his ass. They ain't wait till the end of the season. So if the Vikings was gonna make all these changes to the offensive staff,
they could do it now. They want to.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So why ain't they making these moves now? Because like you plus you get ahead of the curveball, and what is the difference? Like,
because Kevin O'Connell ain't got no backbone. He don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations. We saw the first season with Ed Donatel and that defense being atrocious. He shouldn't have fired Ed Donatel mid-season, but he ended up firing him the whole fucking after the season was over.
I'm happy you said that. Because that right there shows me a good fucking head coach versus a great head coach. Sean McVay knew we going to playoffs with this special team coach. He is a liability. We need him out of the fucking building. He got rid of his ass. And this is the first coach Sean McVay ever fired during the season since he's been with the Rams.
Yeah.
And we seen KOC run the shit to the ground with Ed Donatel. Where Ed Donatel should have been fired at the fucking bye week. Yeah, look at the offensive line coach. Like, why do the offensive line coach even have a job? Who is he really developing? And he's been here since you've been here. He's been here for 4 or 5 years, ain't developed a fucking soul on the offensive line.
I just think that's Kevin O'Connell, and Gil said it best. Like, Kevin O'Connell is kind of soft. Like, that's
not a sign of a great coach, though.
And that's the thing, though, too, that I'm about to get into. Like, we've seen like a lot of times with Kevin O'Connell where we question, like, dude, is he a real head coach or not? Like, he might be a great offensive coordinator. He might be, because when you a head coach, you gotta make them tough decisions. Look at Harbaugh over there in Baltimore. He said, hey, Lamar, I don't care if you was the architect when Lamar Jackson won the MVP the first time. Offense looked bad, fired you. Got another OC up in there. Jackson won the MVP again. All right, cool. Like, they not afraid to change their roster and do what they gotta do. Like, Kevin O'Connell, I think it gets to the point to me, it's like he don't want to have a conversation with his homeboys like, yo, you fucking up. You get what I'm saying? Like, he want to bang the players and shit like that, but I don't know, man. I would have fired some of these dudes earlier in the season. I would have fired fucking offensive line coach last year. Straight up. He'd have been gone last year. I would have had a new one in the building, this offseason.
So let me ask you this. So what's up with KOC in the interviews? Keep on throwing shots at JJ McCarthy though. Like, I'm seeing something. Then you got JJ talking shit back in the interview. Like,
they don't really fuck like that.
We see the Jazz going on. At the end of the day, I think JJ McCarthy gonna win over KOC. Yeah, but why KOC keep on throwing jabs at JJ McCarthy?
Because I think what it is the fact that McCarthy, coming here being a top 10 pick, highly touted, he's highly talented, and he got to get developed. And I think McCarthy's probably been giving Kevin O'Connell pushback on what he wants to run, throughout this whole offseason. I think he probably been looking at the shit like, bro, it's not to say like I can't do this, but it's simple matter is like this ain't gonna win us football games right now. And I think Kevin O'Connell he's been talked to already. I think Kwesi in the front office, and I'm talking about the front office, I'm talking about the owners, I'm talking about Rob Brzezinski, because people don't talk about Rob Brzezinski. People think Rob Brzezinski is only the cap guy. Rob Brzezinski is up there too. And I think Rob Brzezinski is probably like, yo, we done signed all these damn players for you. We done went over the cap. Boom, boom, boom. Kwesi to negotiate these deals, got these guys in the building. Why the hell does this offense still suck? And I think Kevin O'Connell's been put in a position to where, hey, this ain't about you getting another quarterback next year. When you came in here, you had the option of getting rid of Kirk Cousins. You wanted Kirk. So we re-signed Kirk for 2 seasons. Kirk got hurt. Kirk left. You had Sam Darnold. Then you said you wanted a rookie quarterback. You can't keep saying you want something different every time shit don't work out. You need to fucking fix this shit. And McCarthy, with him being younger and him already being a person that's saw some success already at a young age, he can kind of figure this shit out. Like, this shit ain't fucking working. Because if you think about it though, right? You see McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell taking jabs, right? But when you see a player like Jefferson have an interview, they praise him McCarthy. They praise him. They praise him McCarthy for, you know, for him being the first person in the locker room, last person out, for him trying to learn shit. Like even before, you know, Harrison Phillips left, he was like, he was teaching McCarthy, you know, how to read defenses and shit. So you got the players who are Pro Bowl players that's been that big up McCarthy, but then you got the coach that's sitting there talking about, oh, he shouldn't have did that. Yeah, he lost the locker room, bro. He lost the locker room.
I'm gonna say this: Viking fans might get mad, or they might agree with me. Mike McDaniels or Mike McDonald, who is in Seattle right now.
Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald. If they win a playoff game with Sam Darnold,
you gotta fire. You gotta fire.
Shout out to D Money, because he said the same thing I said. That's who KOC is inspired to be. Because the Seattle Seahawks still can win a football game despite how bad Sam Darnold play games. Yeah. Like last week before they played the Rams, they won the football game because they kicked 6 field goals, but they got a field goal range with the offense.
They're not afraid to do what they got to do to win the game. That's what it comes down to. They don't need to get too cute. And the thing about, like, Seattle, they got 2 good running backs over there. They got Kenneth Walker that can run the ball like crazy, and they got Zach Charbonnet out the backfield that can catch. Like, they actual threats. They're not afraid to use that shit.
It ain't that though. We might have 2 running backs. That's good, but we don't lose. We don't use them for their effect.
He don't use them. That's the problem.
Like we might have 1 running back that get 18 carries, and 1 might get 5 or 7 carries. That's it. But you're not about getting no 18 or 20 carries, and the other person got 11 or 12. That ain't never happened to KOC offense.
No, it's offense. Even if you win it, you ain't getting that. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
So, I got a video ready to drop soon. When Seattle make the playoff and they win the playoff game, that's another indictment on KOC.
Yep. Yeah. And it makes you. And the thing though too, right? What people got to understand, you got to have that conversation of, did Kevin O'Connell really help Sam Darnold, or was it Kyle Shanahan? Because
where would he come from?
I broke it down to you, and you was like, damn. If you look at the players on this roster, they all come from either Kevin O'Connell or Matt LaFleur. So that lets you know that he's not even teaching his offense like that. Like he has to get players from other offenses that's similar to come in here and be effective. Like
I'm just saying, he just got a difficult offense that's difficult to run, and some veteran quarterback can get it and some can't. But at the end of the day, KOC need to look in the mirror, bro. Your offense is ass.
You see what Kirk said?
Kirk said, yeah, I seen the rap video. But Kirk said that shit before though.
Yeah, Kirk said, "Why we doing all this shit, man?"
He said that shit while he was here before.
Yeah, Kirk wasn't lying.
But when Kirk said that shit though, it went over my head.
But now you see what he's talking about.
Exactly.
You got a rookie quarterback in there, and you like, oh shit. Hey, Gil, peep this, Gil. I told Zoe this a long time ago, right? So look, peep this. You went and got Sam Darnold, that was the backup quarterback with Kyle Shanahan that whole year they went to the Super Bowl, right? You trade for Jordan Mason, who was with Kyle Shanahan his whole career before this year, right? You went and got Aaron Jones, that was basically, Matt LaFleur's guy, that was they running back with the offense, right? So majority of the guys that you got on this roster have all come from Matt LaFleur or Sean McVay. So who is Kevin O'Connell developing? Who's he developing? Nobody. Yeah, he ain't the QB whisperer, man. He ain't the QB whisperer. The QB whisperer, in my opinion, is Kyle Shanahan, man. Kyle Shanahan, and I would say Matt LaFleur to a certain extent because people forget. I think it was last year when Jordan Love got hurt, he had fucking Malik Willis out there balling for a couple of games. Like that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Like Malik Willis was looking like trash with Tennessee. He came in for them couple of games for Jordan Love, and he looked like, oh shit, we should have drafted him. Like hey, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, look, this is my thing though with the Mac Jones situation, right? And I don't understand this. Like Viking fans out there be talking about, oh, we can get Mac Jones, we can get in a veteran quarterback. That's not the plan, bro. That's not the game plan. Kevin O'Connell was brought in here to develop, identify a young quarterback for the future. You can't keep moving the goalposts every year that it don't work. If you was gonna go get another veteran quarterback, you shouldn't have just overpaid Sam Darnold. You shouldn't have overpaid Daniel Jones. You shouldn't have went back and kept Kirk Cousins. Why would you draft McCarthy top 10? Because you know why? Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback guy. Kevin O'Connell was a guy in the locker room that said, hey, I can develop him. He can run his offense. We're not about to move on from JJ McCarthy for no fucking Mac Jones next year.
No, but I could see Mac Jones being a solid number 2 quarterback on the roster, though.
But you got to trade for Mac Jones.
Yeah, you gonna give up what, a 4th, 5th?
Why? I'm gonna ask you this: Why would the Niners do that?
The Niners probably won't, just because who the fuck is that quarterback?
Brock Purdy.
Because Brock Purdy get hurt a lot. So they probably won't move off of him unless you offer like a 3rd or a 2nd for Mark Jones. No. But other than that, though, like I just dropped the video. The best quarterback option for the Minnesota Vikings is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco can help develop JJ McCarthy. And we know Joe Flacco can still play in the NFL if he need to get in a game. And Joe Flacco know damn well he is not no franchise quarterback. No, he knows his role.
He an OG
so
now.
Joe Flacco to the Vikings make the most sense.
Yeah, he an OG now.
And plus, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck on Skull State of Mind. Joe Flacco probably know more about offense than KOC. Let's keep it a buck. Joe Flacco done went on a legendary playoff run and won the Super Bowl. KOC ain't never did shit at the NFL level, but being a backup. And he can't call plays, and we all know that. Joe Flacco might help both though, for real.
Okay, so this goes back to my point. I think I made a video, but I'm not sure. I probably shared it with somebody. I know them. They probably stole it and put it on their page, but I ain't taking shots right now. But I said I think this is like if you think about the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, like people keep talking about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the worst quarterback for Kevin O'Connell, and it ain't the reason why because of Aaron Rodgers' play style. It's because Aaron Rodgers don't give a fuck. He will go in a press conference. He'll call a motherfucker out in a minute.
He's not about to run that dumbass offense. Hey, like on 3rd and 1, you talking about a pass?
Hell no. Exactly.
Man, this is fucking audible.
What the fuck out of here? Get this shit out of here. I'm telling you, I think the person who probably wanted Aaron Rodgers to be the backup probably was Quasi. Because Quasi probably was like, we need somebody there. Aaron Rodgers. Because people saying it was Kevin O'Connell. I think that was Quasi was saying, I want Rodgers to be the backup or let him play this year and let McCarthy sit so we can see. And Kevin O'Connell was like, hell no, I can't control that Aaron Rodgers. Think about that shit. Everywhere Aaron Rodgers have played, if shit don't work out, what do? He go to the media. He go to the media and he fucking talk shit.
Hey, at the end of the day, though, D Wood, I don't be mad when Aaron Rodgers be talking at the podium. He's keeping it real. Motherfucker, you supposed to be at the green, you at the red. Motherfucker, you ran the wrong route.
Yeah.
Even though you can't take the high route, But motherfucker,
he not.
no,
Aaron Rodgers not taking the high route. Aaron Rodgers is gonna tell you he
with
gonna take
Kelsey offense, bro. It would be so many audibles in that offense.
Yeah.
Kelsey will get mad.
He'll get mad. And you can't bench him because he Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers did more in the NFL than Kelsey did in the NFL.
I'm telling you, that was when it came down to it. That's the reason why they didn't they didn't sign Rodgers, because they know Rodgers. Rodgers would have been in the media like, we lost today. Goddamn play calling wasn't good again. We can't keep doing that shit. I'm telling you, they'd have been like, hey, Aaron, in halftime, hey, Aaron, what you think? Hey, I don't know what we're doing right now. We need to run the ball consistently. Fucking players not blocking. I need protection. He would have called everything out.
Yeah. And one thing about Aaron Rodgers even said this. Should we add 4.4 yards, 5.4 yards a carry, and we could run the football? So I don't know why we lost.
I don't know.
The running game was working. We just gave up on the running game.
I'm telling you, that's the reason why. Because Aaron Rodgers don't give two shits. He gonna keep it. He gonna keep it real everywhere going. Kevin O'Connell knew he could not do. Just think about this shit, right? Aaron Rodgers do the discount double check. He was doing that shit for his whole career, right? That's his shit when he get a touchdown, right? You think it's the same situation that Kevin O'Connell said with McCarthy doing the gritty? He would have said that shit by Rodgers. Rodgers would have been like, man, fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to do. We winning the games out here. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, come on, man. That's why they didn't sign Rodgers. Straight up. That's what I think. That's just what I think.
I believe that too, though.
For real. Because Rodgers would not care.
No, he gonna throw Kelsey. He gonna throw that whole offense under the bus.
And y'all remember when the Vikings had Brad Childers and Brett Favre, and Brett Favre was like, man, fuck that play. We got Adrian Peterson. We running the ball. Nobody care about this passing shit. Like, what are we doing here? We pass when we have to. Like, it'd be the same situation all over again. And if you really think about it, though, man, that would have been good for McCarthy to sit another year and just watch Rodgers, do
I agree with you if you wasn't ready.
Yeah, and I think that was the call Kwesi made. I think Kwesi made that call and was like, let's do it. And Kevin O'Connell was like, nah, it's my offense. Because he know he couldn't do that shit with Rodgers. Rodgers was not having it.
No, man, Rodgers and Kelsey offense, it'd be like 40%, 60% fucking audibles.
Yep. Yeah. He couldn't even call. He called in the plays. Rodgers not even listening. Like, nope, we run. I see this.
What are you doing? Kill.
I'm telling you, man. Rodgers would have been listening. Like, yeah. All right, guys, we ain't doing that shit. This is what the fuck we doing right now.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's 3rd and 1. We about to run that ball.
I can believe that too, though, man. Like, Rodgers wasn't missed with KLC, bro. KLC offense, I told y'all. I don't know why KLC think his offense is the best. His offense is ass.
He said, I want to see Rodgers on the McAfee show. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have went on the McAfee show and talked shit about Kevin O'Connell, and Kevin O'Connell wouldn't say shit about it, like he's always done. Telling you, man, that shit would have never worked. But yeah, man, that's the moves, man. Like they gotta figure some shit out this offseason, man. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
They really gotta make some. They gotta make some tough decisions, and they also gotta make some moves that might make the fan base mad. But the moves have to be made.
Yeah, they gotta be made, man. You gotta cut the band-aid, man. You gotta get better at certain spots. You gotta get cheaper at certain spots. You gotta move some players that's in the way of young developing players. I mean, I just say like you gotta do it. You gotta
like you said, your boy Jonathan Gennard, I'm moving off of him.
Yeah.
He's gonna get mad. But Addison, he gotta go. Like, I'd rather sign Jalen Nader to a 3-year deal for what, 12 or 15 million per year.
Yeah, you
what, 25
Yeah.
With what, 25 or 30 guaranteed, something like that. Like re-sign Naylor. You got Todd Felton. Re-sign Rondale Moore. See what he can bring to the table. Draft another receiver in the first 4 rounds and see what you have.
And if
you have to, like Addison right now is a great chess piece for the Minnesota Vikings. Because he could bring us either a first or a second round draft pick. And we can get a nice player with that draft pick.
That's how I feel about
Huh?
That's how I feel about Gennard. You can get a third or fourth for Gennard, straight up.
That's what I'm saying. But Addison, you can get a first or a second.
Yeah, you can probably get that for Addison.
So you got to make tough decisions, man. And let's be for real. Do you want to sign Addison to a 25-year contract for what, 3 or 4 years? And you got Jefferson already on the crazy contract? And let's just say, we just speaking, Todd Felton developed to a nice receiver next year. We can't really use like that because Addison is on the roster and he getting paid all this money.
Yeah, he in the way. He in the way. And the thing with Ty Felton, I believe in Keenan McCardell because we saw what Keenan McCardell did with Stephon Diggs when they were together in Maryland, because that was his receiver coach in Maryland. We seen what McCardell done with Justin Jefferson, because people forget when Jefferson was drafted, people were saying Jefferson wasn't going to be able to play the outside because he was just a slot guy. All he could do is play in the slot, and McCardell made him helped him out to be that. So I get it.
Look at Adam Thielen.
I mean, Keenan McCardell's doing his job. Yeah, we gotta get a real backup QB. Like Joe said, I'll take Flacco.
Joe Flacco gonna help develop JJ, and he gonna put Max Brosberg in a good situation. He gonna teach him. He gonna teach him quarterbacks up. Cause we know KLC ain't gonna do the shit.
We know they dropped the ball this whole offseason with his development with McCarthy.
Yeah.
We see that. We see that. Now I be explaining to dudes, right? They be like, yeah. I'm like, McCarthy got cleared by the medical staff in December. They shouldn't have been all heads, even though they was making a playoff push. They shouldn't have put more time to McCarthy since December to get him ready for next season. And if you knew McCarthy footwork wasn't good in December, that was before the fucking playoff game. You could have offered Darnold a contract extension then, or you could have just franchised them because you knew then. That lets me know they didn't do shit with McCarthy in the offseason. They waited to the last minute to fucking do anything. And they was really Kevin O'Connell's ego saying he can fix it. But now we see that he can't fix it. And we see Sam Darnold being a better quarterback in Seattle.
Yeah, fact.
So it's like, come on, man. And when we talk about Daniel Jones, man, Daniel Jones is playing good. And the thing about Daniel Jones, and it's the same thing when I say with quarterbacks and young quarterbacks, if they got a good running back, a good running game, they can control the line of scrimmage, and the defense is playing good. They get in short fields. That quarterback gonna look good. And it's not an indictment on Daniel Jones, but shit, when Saquon was running for 600 yards in New York, he was looking good. Shit, they beat us. And look at what fucking Taylor was doing before he got hurt. Like, come on, man, we got to stop being enamored with other people. We need to call it out on our team. Yeah, Josh McCown gotta go. He did break Bryce Young too. Bryce Young had the worst year with his rookie season when Josh McCown was his goddamn quarterback coach. So I don't even know how you thought bringing him in was gonna help out McCarthy. Why'd you even do that? It's Kevin O'Connell shit. For real.
Yeah, basically though, the offense, man. The offense has to have a lot of changes off season, man. If we want to win next season, it got to be a lot of changes.
Because you can't run it back next year. How I look at it like this though, if you run it back, you setting it up for failure because you just letting the people that's in positions right now basically saying it's okay to be mediocre, and that's not cool. He said, Yeah, we can have AP in the practice, and he's still running the ball for real. For real. But you see other teams that's at the top of the conference or in the top of the league, they're consistently running the ball. Like Kevin O'Connell is the only one that decides not to do that. And that's why I want to kind of see, like what they do, going forward, because it's like, hey, they've been running the ball and they've been blowing teams out. Like, let's just be real. They've been running the ball and blowing teams out, even if they bad teams or not. They controlled the line of scrimmage last week against Dallas. And Dallas is a high-powered team. Even though their offense ain't what it is, Dallas is a high-powered offense. So let's just be real. They ran the ball and controlled the clock.
Yeah.
All season.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. The play calling for the Vikings has to get better for next year, though. But overall, though, man, like, I don't know, man. People got to go. I'm looking at Hockenson, and people ain't gonna like it though. But I'm looking at Addison. Like, I can get a nice second round draft pick or a first for Addison, and that probably could be a star running back or offensive lineman or a cornerback or a safety for the Minnesota Vikings.
Or a linebacker.
Whatever, yeah, whatever. It could be one of that though. Like,
be somebody. It could be somebody. That's
yeah. Like we don't need all these great wide receivers. And I'd rather sign Naylor to a 12 to 15-year deal for 3 years. That ain't shit. You still saving about what? $10 million. $10 million. If you give him 15.
Yeah, 10 million. You still saving it. You still straight. Yep. Oh, shit. It's about an hour, man. That's all I got, man. About to get up out of here and watch this Chicago Bears game.
Yeah.
About to start in a little bit. Man. Can't wait for tomorrow, man. Can't wait for tomorrow.
You ain't lying.
For real. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Oh, what he got to say? Even if we had Darnold this year, we wouldn't have made the playoffs. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I feel you on that. Let me get that off of here. But yeah, man.
What up?
We about to get up out of here, y'all. So tune in. I think I'm probably going live. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a watch party now. I'm not sure. It depends on how I feel.
And what up? You want to go live after the game tomorrow?
I got a live set up with Mike Calistino. He been hitting me up on X, and he wanna.
Okay, so you booted me to the curve for Mike Calistino, huh? Okay, yeah, okay. I see how we doing. Okay, cool. I done got booted to the curve. Okay, cool.
He ain't even like that though. So you just go live, and I'm gonna use what's that app called? I'm gonna use Restream, so that way you can go live.
Okay, y'all use another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna use another one, so that way you can go live on that one.
Yeah, but I might go live probably about 6 o'clock though, for real.
Oh, okay, cool. So it ain't gonna interfere then.
No,
all right, cool. Yeah, because he was, he a big Kevin O'Connell supporter, so it's gonna be that crazy.
No, but fuck that. Me in the chat ain't forget how you just kicked me to the curb though. We ain't forget that. Hey, me in the chat ain't forget that though. We been going live after the game for the past couple of weeks.
Hey, we have. You know what?
Hey, I got kicked to the curb.
I'm gonna send you the link.
I don't want the link. I'm gonna set up my own shit though. But hey, shout out to D Woods for bringing on his challenge tonight to talk about the Vikings football and other football topics. I really appreciate that though, man. Shout out to D Woods, Go State of Mind. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Hey,
he on all platforms. And subscribe to my YouTube channel too, In the Zone Sports on YouTube, man. Subscribe to my shit. Subscribe to both of our shit, man. Do the shit now.
All right, man. Let's get out of here.